Welcome to OreoOlive.com. As you know, Oreo and olives don't mix, but the abstract thought of putting those two words together has allowed me to create a channel to discuss various topics. On today's episode, I want to take a reflection back, and I want you to take a reflection back. I want you to think about when you were growing up as a child, what was something that you wanted to be when you got older? I'll give you a second to think about it. Of those of you that's watching this video, what was it that you wanted to be when you grow up? Who was that person within your community that you saw doing something that you wanted to grow up to be like? I can remember as a kid wanting to grow up, wanting to be a lawyer one minute, a doctor the next minute. But the things that I thought about was things that were constructive, that provided an actual purpose in what I want to grow up to be like in life. What I'm talking about is comparing then to now. It seems though that many parents are pushing their kids to be more of entertainers and athletes. While those are very lucrative career opportunities that make millions of dollars a year, but I'm thinking about it in a context of if you go out and you grow up and you go to a career where you're able to transition that into a reputable company, a business that you can pass down through your generations and create a legacy from, what could that be? So, for example, a person that's playing sports can play sports, they can be the best at it. But what they can't do is take that position and pass that position on to their kids. They can only show their kids and provide their kids a lifestyle that is much more different than other children that are around them, but they can't pass that down to other kids. Entertainment. A person in the entertainment industry can show their kids many different ways and things that are within the industry, but they can't pass that position down through their generations. Now, a little on the entertainment side, maybe they can create an entertainment company, but there's very few that do that. What I'm getting at is we have lost the ability to talk to the young adults into letting them know that when they choose lucrative careers, like going to school to be the next best neurosurgeon, or being the top doctor within the country, or something like that, we've lost the ability as parents to do that. And kids seem to not be pushed to be academically challenged, because we live in a society where things are quickly giving to our kids that we don't push them. And when I'm talking about kids, I'm looking at growing up when a kid is 5 and up, just putting them around people who are doing well. For example, if you notice and look in other communities across the globe, you oftentimes will find that kids go on to do different things in life, whether that's in the medical field or not. What happens is the child gets an opportunity to go as far as the circle that they hang around with. So if the child hangs around a bunch of people that are in the medical field that are doing well, that child is going to be exposed to that medical field perspective, and they're going to probably and possibly want to go into that field. If a child is going into the technology field, it can be their exposure to a technology course when they're in high school, such as myself. Being exposed to Cisco courses in high school was just a click to help me think about IT, messing around with computers in my grandfather's computer lab when he was a carpenter in school. Had computers in the computer lab, messed around with those, really liked it, and everything took off from there. But a lot of times you can't blame kids for wanting to go to the entertainment and to athletics because of what's in their community. Because what we know is there's a basketball court, of course, in our community. There are fields where kids play basketball within our community. That's what we have access to. So we're probably more apt to go into those particular fields. But what we're missing is we're missing courses, we're missing coursework, we're missing the professionals who are not in one of those two fields that are able to inspire the young adults to do more. So when I'm looking at this, I'm speaking from a perspective of being someone who actually grew up in a neighborhood where I wasn't exposed to those kinds of things. And what I'm saying is this can actually be fixed by going out and helping and talking to the young adults, especially in the high schools. If you have the opportunity to, if you're a professional person out there that's in one of these professional fields, just look at the different type of young folk that you can help out. I remember working in a place one summer, and we had high school students that wanted to come in. A couple of them wanted to go into technology, and I gave it everything I got to make sure that those students knew something about technology before they left. And I basically asked them what they want to do in life, because most kids don't know. They just know, I just want to make money. And that's not enough. But parents have to take their first step in exposing their kids to endless possibilities. And that can start very early, taking them off to Children's Museum, to the zoo, to different places like that, so that can help inspire that thought in their head to want to do more than what you've seen other people do in life. So no matter where you're from or where you are, it can be as simple as, if you have access to the internet, start looking up what you want to be in life. And it starts very early. It's never too late to start, but it's even better starting early. And starting early can be just that one person who may be able to come into your child's life, or for another parent who's doing that to be around the parent to help inspire their kid, because it truly does take a village to raise a child. And if the village isn't doing anything, isn't doing anything productive and putting things there and bringing things back to inspire the youth to want more out of life, then that's most definitely a bad thing. As I said, I'm just thinking about this. It's just been something that's been on my mind. Any chance that I get to tell people, whether it's about traveling. I was talking to somebody the other day that wanted to travel to a different country, and they didn't quite know where to start. So I just made a video about it, just talking about traveling. But sometimes we will hold information and we're scared to share information because we feel like somebody's going to take it away from us. And we can actually help each other. So parents, if you're out there, ask your child, what do they want to be when they grow up? And start putting them around that type of environment so they can get in contact with people who is going to help them grow, because you can't do it on your own. And then indeed, it does take a community to really help to push that effort. Like, listen, subscribe, OrionOlive.com. Look forward to talking with you soon.